Shock rocker Marilyn Manson has been embroiled in controversy for the last year and a half after allegations made by Evan Rachel Wood surfaced. This led to multiple lawsuits from multiple women alleging that Manson had abused them. This is a lengthy legal document that we're going to go through some of the highlights. If you'd like to read everything listed in this lawsuit, filed today by Marilyn Manson, he's linked to the entire thing on his Twitter account, along with a brief statement responding to the allegations and the documentary that's being produced about him by HBO. He wrote, "There will come a time when I can share more about the events of the past year. Until then, I'm going to let the facts speak for themselves," linking to the document we're about to go over. He's suing Evan Rachel Wood and her friend Ashley Gore, who is involved in the matters and the allegations that are put against him. He's alleging intentional infliction of emotional distress, defamation, violation of computer data and access fraud, impersonation over the internet, and he's demanding a jury trial. The first page goes over basic details of their relationship and past statements Wood has said about Manson. In bold on the second page, they have the following highlighted, quote, "They impersonated an actual agent of the Federal Bureau of Investigation by forging and distributing a fictitious letter from the agent to create the false appearance that Warner's alleged victims and their families were in danger and that there was a federal criminal investigation of Warner ongoing. They provided checklists and scripts to prospective accusers, listing the specific alleged acts of abuse that they would claim against Warner. They made knowingly false statements to prospective accusers, which have since been repeated by those accusers in court filings. Then they alleged that Gore got Warner's personal information and actually accessed his emails and his various social media accounts. The suit claims that in 2016, Evan Rachel Wood became friends with Ashley Gore, a visual artist with a history of trying to get attention by carrying out audacious publicity stunts. Wood and Gore have been in romantic relationships since about 2019. Upon information and belief sometime between 2016 and 2019, it adds, since at least 2019, Gore has been mired in significant financial troubles. For example, her family members have presented evidence that Gore committed crimes of identity theft by opening credit card accounts in the names of her twin sister and deceased mother and borrowed money from an elderly family member under false pretenses, claiming that it was to assist with the purchase of a house, which Gore never carried out. Gore wrote in a notebook left with her family that her goal of being involved with the Phoenix Act was to, quote, make money, which they've attached. The Phoenix Act has been fundraising. This is the nonprofit organization that was set up to support victims of abuse, essentially, by Evan Rachel Wood and Ashley Gore. In 2019, Wood and Gore began working on a documentary project to chronicle the activities on behalf of the Phoenix Act. In summer 2020, when HBO signed on, Wood had never publicly alleged that Warner abused her. However, just weeks later, in September 2020, Wood decided for the first time that she would accuse Warner of abuse. On February 1st, 2021, after months of conspiring with Gore on how to use Wood's celebrity status to recruit other women to coordinate their, quote, stories, Wood posted on her Instagram page the false claim that Warner had abused her. That same day, several other women, assisted and coordinated by Wood and or Gore, sought media attention with remarkably similar public abuse allegations against Warner. Those claims, like Wood's, were false. The deluge of allegations against Warner brought renewed attention to the Phoenix Act and Wood, and in so doing, provided more manufactured content for the HBO project. Its director, Amy Berg, confirmed this fact in an interview with Variety, stating, quote, "In naming Manson obviously created a lot more story for us. It became a two-part film in the edit bay." Later, they go on to add, quote, "Gore provided prospective accusers with a checklist of 21 fabricated acts of abuse to ensure their public claims against Warner would mirror each other and create the fake perception of a pattern of wrongful conduct. A copy of that checklist is attached to the lawsuit." Moving on, the lawsuit alleges that Wood and Gore impersonate an actual FBI agent by forging a fictitious letter claiming that Wood and other alleged victims of Warner were in danger. Wood and Gore conspired to impersonate a federal agent by creating and distributing the letter attached as Attachment A. It's worth noting that they said, quote, "The federal agent whose real name and alleged signature appear on the letter has confirmed that she did not author that letter, had no knowledge of the letter, did not authorize or approve the letter, and has never been involved in any criminal investigation of Warner, the purported federal agency that the letter associates with the agent, quote, the Federal Violent Crimes Division, does not even appear to exist. You can see that letter attached here. It says, "To whom it may concern, please be advised that Miss Evan Rachel Wood is a key witness in connection to a criminal investigation in Los Angeles, California, involving an international and well known public figure. The safety of Miss Wood, her family, other victims, and of their families are of the utmost concern during this time. Contact for more information regarding the safety of victims." Another one of the interesting claims made in this lawsuit pertains to an incident in February of 2021 that we reported on. It involves when police responded to the home of Marilyn Manson to do a wellness check because a friend allegedly called in claiming that they couldn't reach Manson and they believed he may be threatening to harm himself. Now, during that incident, they claimed that Manson was actually swatted. They go on to claim that the person who called in that wellness check was none other than Ashley Gore, who was named in the lawsuit and is not believed to be a friend of Marilyn Manson, as they claim in this suit. It says, quote, "Gore swatted Warner on or around February 3rd, 2021. The LAPD was notified that the FBI had received a call from a, quote, friend of Warner named Ilma Gore, who claimed that an emergency existed because she had not been able to reach him and was concerned for his safety. This report was false. Warner was at home with his wife and a guest and not in any danger. Gore knew her report was false. She and Warner have never met. She has never been Warner's friend and has no basis to believe Warner posed any risk of danger to himself." On the evening of February 3rd, 2021, multiple LAPD officers and squad cars responded to the purported emergency at Warner's house. When Warner didn't answer the door, more units arrived and an LAPD helicopter was deployed. The officers continued to attempt to gain access into Warner's home, and the low-flying helicopter circled above, shining its spotlight into Warner's property and the windows of his home. At approximately 8:10 p.m., a person associated with Warner received an email from the LAPD detective stating that, "Today we were notified by the FBI that they received a call from a friend of Mr. Manson. The friend, Ilma Gore, has not been able to reach him and is concerned for his safety. We went to his residence, but there was no answer. Is there any way for us to contact him to check on his well-being? If not, can you have him reach out to Ilma?" Additionally, it says, "Upon information and belief, the paparazzi were present because they had been tipped off in advance by Gore, who, as explained below, had solicited and improperly received Warner's home address and other personal information. That evening, video and images of the police response were posted and went viral online. As it was reported, Marilyn Manson's home was swarming with cops, worried that a friend called, concerned for the singer's well-being, saying they'd been unable to get in touch with him for hours. Other outlets reported that a welfare check was requested by an alarmed friend who spent several hours trying to contact the singer just days after a slew of women publicly accused him of abuse. Many of the published stories linked the abuse allegations made against Warner to the police response. They go on to claim that Gore was able to gain access to Warner's computer and social media accounts. The attorney is seeking damages, including general and special damages, in an amount to be proven at trial, punitive damages, all costs, interest, and attorney's fees to the extent provided by law, an order enjoining Wood and Gore from engaging in further wrongful conduct towards Warner, such other and further relief as this court may deem just and proper. This is a very interesting situation. I want to add a note that we are not taking sides in this case whatsoever. We are only providing you with the facts, as we have also detailed all of the allegations that Evan Rachel Wood has made against Manson. We felt it would be appropriate to detail the allegations that Manson is making in response.